Welcome back to Black Film Talk, where we break down the biggest moments in film and culture. From Disney's stunning Lilo and Stitch box office takeover to the real life Final Destination moment to Argentina, and even some wild casting rumors of the new Street Fighter. We got you all covered. Let's go. Welcome back to Black Film Talk. I'm your host, Lavelle Revels. In the house, I got the one, the only. I call him Ken Masters, but you go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Ken Harris.
Ken Harris into his house. All right, let's go ahead and get into the biggest box office weekend in Memorial Day history. So according to Pamela McClintock via Hollywood Reporter, the Memorial Day box office is on fire. So Disney's live action redo of Lilo and Stitch and Tom Cruise's final Mission Impossible movie from Paramount and Skydance fueled the biggest start of the summer holiday weekend of all time. Based on Monday estimate, Lilo and Stitch blew away all expectations with a record-smashing 4-day domestic debut of $183 million and a jaw-dropping $341.7 million globally, while Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning opened to the series best $77.5 million domestically and $191 million worldwide. The domestic numbers include a 3-day weekend tally of $145.5 million for Lilo and Stitch and $64 million for Final Reckoning. Whoa. Those are some big numbers right there, man. Like, honestly, I'm not a big Lilo and Stitch fan, not of the animated movies or anything like that. I mean, I expected it to have a big box office draw, but I expect to have a big box office draw, but not to these numbers. They was talking about like these numbers were going to be astronomical, but boy, I mean, they exceeded expectations. What you think, bro?
Yo, this ain't just anything we talking about here. This is Lilo and Stitch. This is Aloha means family. Like, come on, y'all. And then Tom Cruise, like, personally, if you're watching this, can I have a loan, please?
Man, that's crazy, man. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the either the Mission Impossible movies. You know what I mean? Like, I if they come on TV, I will watch them.
Right.
But you know, it's not like, oh man, Mission Impossible, I gotta go see that. Especially with Lilo and Stitch, I wasn't a fan of the animated movie growing up, so definitely wasn't on my radar. But I'm glad to see a big box office splash for cinema because it shows that people are still spending that money on going to the movies. The only thing is we need those dollars to be invested into original projects, not just, nostalgia, familiar IP. What you think, bro?
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think everything eventually started as an original. So I definitely think there could be more love shown to the projects in the area for sure. But I don't know. I really didn't watch like a lot of the Final Destination. I'm just now watching that. I think the cinematography is definitely fire, and just the things that Tom Cruise is doing that doesn't use CGI is pretty dope. Couldn't be me, but anyway.
Yeah, for sure. But since you done brought up Final Destination, let's talk about what happened. A real life Final Destination moment. Ceiling collapsed during a Final Destination Bloodlines showing.
What?
And I'm gonna read this article, y'all. Y'all know I graduated with a 3rd grade reading level at graduated college with that. I don't know how, but I did. So bear with me as I get through the story here. So according to Christine Samarov via KTLA5, a freak accident occurred during a showing of Final Destination Bloodlines, which will easily been one of the franchise's films. So the ceiling collapsed during the showing at Cinema Ocho in La Plata in Buenos Aires, Argentina on May 19th at around 9 p.m. according to Infabe, in Argentina digital news outlet.
Wow.
So Fioma, oh my gosh, Valverde, 29, her 11-year-old daughter, diabolical, and a friend decided to check out the movies on a whim, but they didn't expect life to imitate art. So I'm gonna tell you what happened here. So
Tell us.
they went to go see another film. Could have been like a Lilo and Stitch film. And she was feeling good. Hey, you know, you come out the movie, you still want to stay. So you sneak around, you look at the posters, and then you see what the showings are, and you sneak in, you see, okay, they showing Final Destination. Let's go ahead and sneak in the movie real quick and watch that. And they saw it was at the beginning. Like, let's go ahead and chill out and watch Final Destination. Let's get a 2-for-1 special here.
Yeah.
You know, karma comes back real fast on that one.
Real quick.
So the truth is, we hadn't planned to go to the movies. What's her name? Fiona told the outlet in a translated interview. It was my birthday. We were walking, and it happens. It happened upon the theater. Since the tickets are cheaper than the rest of the week, we said, shall we? We went in, bought some popcorn, and went into the theater. The show had just started. See, I'm telling you what happened. They probably already had bought the popcorn by going to the previous show.
Yeah.
Because you ain't about to go into no show. Look, 11-year-old daughter, Final Destination, that's not appropriate movie show for 11-year-old.
Can they even watch that?
I mean, yeah, if you got an adult with you, you didn't go in the movies, but, bro, you ain't going to be taking no 11. Like, bro,
intense.
Nah, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That's how villains are made.
Jeez.
That's how serial killers are born, bro. They see this stuff right here.
Throw the shiesty mask on.
Man, that's crazy. So, towards the end of the film, a loud crash we heard. There was a really loud noise. At first, we thought it was part of the movie because we were absorbed, but the huge piece fell on me, she exclaimed. Photos of the incident show a hole in the ceiling with debris all over the floor and the seats. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. If I hear a loud noise, I don't care if it's because it's part of the movie, whatever. If I hear, because you gotta hear that. If it sounds that close, you gotta be looking up, down, around, everywhere. Look, I'm looking around, trying to make sure. Look, I'm going curious about my surroundings. I want to make sure everything is good. You know, like, so to me, I don't know. That's just me though. But I digress. Let's get back to it. So a portion of the ceiling fell on her, hitting her shoulder, back, knee, and ankle. She said it missed her head because she was leaning on the armrest.
Dang.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. She said it missed her head because she was leaning on the armrest.
Getting. I was getting some head. Getting some.
All right. So I asked for my ticket money back. She explained, while I was waiting, the theater manager came to talk to me. He asked, how do you want to fix this? I got angry. How do I want to fix this? I'm going to file a complaint. Just imagine if they hit my daughter in the head, they're irresponsible. So yeah. Imagine you go to the movies and a piece of the ceiling falls on top of you. And then the manager blames you for it. It says, how do you want to fix this? Verbatim. Like, bro, like it's my fault. Like, how is it my fault that a whole entire ceiling fell on me? I get injured, and then you say to me, I'm on my way, I'm in the ambulance right now. And then you open up the doors, and you say, hey, how do you want to fix this? Get out of here with that stuff, man. That's crazy. What you do in that situation?
Crazy. Ken? First off, let's start with a drink and a pizza and a popcorn to go. And then you can talk to my lawyer, and we're taking it from there.
All right, so she sustained some bruises and was diagnosed with trauma from the impact. It was advised to undergo further x-rays. She revealed to an online newspaper that she had suffered from panic attacks and anxiety disorder. Okay, I'm going to tell you what this means right here. So this means that so now I'm curious about, like, when the roof fell, like, how much fell on top of her that really was, like, that injured her. Because to me, it sounds like maybe a little bit, maybe caused, like, maybe a bruise or something like that, but nothing where it's just like, okay, something's fractured, or I'm dead, or, you know, a life-threatening incident where it's just like, okay, I gotta go through emergency surgery. None of that. So it's kind of like, so for example, I got into a car accident a month ago. Car hits me. I get out the car. The car actually stopped a little bit. I get out, and then as soon as I get out, they speed off. they're all for the runnings, and they didn't have no license plate number on the back. So I was like, oh, like and I ain't have my dash cam or nothing. So to me, it just sounds like, oh, okay, you could. But when you hear about the panic attacks, anxiety order, it's the mental health part. So now it's just like, okay, that's not like lawyer talk to me. What you think, bro?
Lawyer up.
So she says, I'm undergoing psychiatric treatment and on medication. I have a hard time being in crowded places. I haven't been to the movies in years. I went because it was my birthday. And we look what happened. She said. She said she hasn't filed a complaint yet, but has contacted a lawyer. So I told you. So this is lawyer talk right here. This is like getting all your ducks in a row. So I wasn't severely injured, but it's impacting my mental health because now I feel like I can't get into crowded places. You know, it's my first time going back to the movie theater in years, supposedly. And now it's just like, bro, like I will probably have a panic attack too. Like now I'm like, every building I go in, I gotta look up at the roof every time. Like just to like, okay, is there a crack here? Is there a leak here? Is there something? So like you just wanna like not have to go through something falling on top of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, she got a good point there. Cause like even like with my car accident, when I'm driving, I'm like, okay, I know I can make this right hand turn. This car is coming. You know, I can make the turn and still keep straight. But I'm like, bruh, I'm gonna let that car go. Ain't no body behind me, whatever. I'll let it go. And then once I see like that lane is clear, I'm gonna take that right and bounce. So, I mean, she got a point there. So,
yeah, man.
The theater hasn't issued a statement yet. The Final Destination franchise follows a group of people who relentlessly escape death after surviving a mass casualty event. The film's death scenes are often gruesome and occur following bizarre incidents. The Final Destination Bloodline is currently in theaters. It's a 6th movie in the franchise, which began in 2000. So, yeah, man. That, bro, if you've seen any of the Final Destination films, so I'm going circle back on this 11-year-old. Mm-hmm. This is not for an 11-year-old. I've seen this movie as an 11-year-old. The Final Destination, the original 1 and 2. Bro, literally, like, if I'm on the highway and I see like a semi and it got logs on there, or if it's a semi and it got like cars on the back, bro, I'm like getting in another lane.
Oh yeah,
or I'm passing that car up because like I got PTSD from that. That second Final Destination when them logs fell on the highway, bro.
Yeah,
cook.
Do you have a favorite Final Destination?
So I seen 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
I seen Bloodlines. I would say Bloodlines probably is my favorite one.
Okay.
Yeah. I barely remember. The one I really remember is number 2, just because of them logs. But Bloodlines definitely. I mean, go see Bloodlines if you haven't seen it yet. If you're of age, definitely go see Bloodlines because it will keep you entertained from beginning to end for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to go see it, bro. Stop playing around.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I like to start from the beginning, so I'll start from the beginning and make my way up.
Oh man.
Pause, granddad.
I missed my button. All right, so of course, so let's talk about Street Fighter. So according to Matt Garber via Deadline, Andrew Koji, Jason Momoa, Noah Constantino, sorry, this font is very small, and Roman Reigns are in talks to star in Legendary's live-action Street Fighter movie based on Capcom video game, sources tell Deadline. Bro, have you ever seen the original Street Fighter, like the movie in 1994 with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No. Is this the one? Wait, hold on. Is this the one where they're in New York and they're like just going at it in the subways? Like,
bruh, I can't remember. That movie was in 1994. I only saw it when I was a kid. I remember it being whack. But I do remember it had Jean-Claude Van Damme and it was fighting in this big building. And it was, so I remember that part. I remember the end part. And I remember Vega for some reason. But outside of that, I don't remember, bro. You could be right. I don't know. But have you ever played Street Fighter, the video game?
I do not recall playing
What?
Street Fighter. But
What?
honestly, out of
As
my
a kid,
childhood,
did you have a Sega?
no. I'm a little. Yeah.
Did you play in the arcades as a kid?
Not really. Nah.
What was you like?
I was outside.
Was you under a rock?
I was outside.
Under a rock?
I was outside.
Outside doing
I was
what?
outside in the trenches.
Oh, you was okay.
playing on the field, baseball, dodgeball.
Okay,
We get it in.
getting it in. Okay.
But no, I ain't gonna lie. I credit my childhood. I had a Street Fighters T-shirt, one of the greatest graphic T-shirts I've ever had. And it's honestly embarrassing to say that I've never probably seen the movie all the way through. But shout out to whoever made that T-shirt.
Shout out to the T-shirt. That's what's up. So was it like an animated T-shirt or was it like a live action?
It was the animated one of the I'm assuming the video game because it had like all the characters on there.
Oh, okay, so it's probably like a video game T-shirt here. All right, well, you know what? Even though you haven't played the video games, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the pictures of the actors first, and then I'm going to show you the pictures of the video game characters. I am familiar with the IP, so I do know the original Street Fighters and will be. So first, we're gonna look at these actors here, and we're gonna see which one is playing which. So out of these characters list, it don't have like the original. I think this is like the new Street Fighters, like Street Fighter 6, but I know who's part of the original. So yeah. So let's start off with Andrew Koji. So it looks like an Asian guy here, slim built. You know what I mean? So we're gonna look at. So for me personally, he's not on the list, but he could be possibly playing Fei Long. If you're familiar with the Street Fighter IP, Fei Long, I think he might be him, or he could be Ryu, which is like the main protagonist of Street Fighter.
Okay.
So you have Ryu.
He looks like he has some karate chop.
You have Ken Masters here.
I like him already.
You have Blanka. You have Guile. You have Dawson, which Dawson, his like if you fight with Dawson, his arms like stretch out. And then arms and legs. You have E Honda, so definitely not E Honda. You have Zingliff, which is like a more of a Russian wrestler guy. You have Akuma, and then you have M Bison. Out of these people here that we see on the list, so M Bison is like what the deuce? Okay, I don't know why M Bison look like that, but okay. So you have M Bison. So who do you think out of these people here? Do you think it could be Ryu?
I think Ryu or
Ryu.
just based off of physical characteristics, it looks like Ryu or possibly Ken, maybe.
Yeah, you talking about Andrew Koji. Yeah, Ryu or Ken, I can see that. So then we got Jason Momoa. So Jason Momoa, I can see Jason Momoa playing either Guile or Zangief.
What about that E Honda?
E Honda is like a sumo wrestler. I don't see him playing.
You don't see him doing that? No.
Nah.
Is he like sumo like
Bruh,
big
sumo
boy?
sumo.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah.
What
Look
about
like Rikishi? I don't know if you remember with WWE, but that's
okay.
that's
Oh yeah.
that's how big
big
he
boy.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see him. Or M Bison. Could be M Bison. M Bison's like the big bad of the Street Fighter franchise. So possibly. And then you have Noah Cantillo.
Mhm.
I don't know about this guy. Never seen any of his movies. Don't know who he is. He probably to me, based on this picture here, maybe Ken. I think Ken Masters. Let's see, Ken Masters. Yeah, that'd be my pick. I don't see him as a Ryu character. Maybe a Ryu or Ken.
Okay.
If they get him, I'm not sure how big his name is, but if he has a big following, I would say Ryu for sure. I can see him playing that. Sorry guys, my allergies are messing up. And then you have the real wrestler, or however you want to look at it, a WWE wrestler. You have Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns, I can see playing Zangief for sure because he's a wrestler.
Okay.
Or I can see him playing M Bison as well, because Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns are like some big guys.
Pause, granddad.
So I can see it, or Guile. Guile's another muscular guy as well. So I could see him playing that, or maybe they could throw in Blanka as
there.
well. Yeah, Blanka. He's just a green big guy, and he shoots out electric attacks. So he can play either of those characters to me out of these guys here. So I was gonna play a game with you as well. To see like out of these characters, who could you see outside of these guys that were casted? Who could you see be them? But since you haven't played the game, so you ain't familiar with the franchise for real, we gonna ahead and skip that. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on Street Fighter, man? Street Fighter live action movie.
Um,
Even though you ain't played the game, so it's a video game fighting game.
so it's like an action.
So it's like a
it's
it's
kind of
the-
like Mortal Kombat.
it's like Mortal Kombat, but without the fatalities.
Ooh, so they're
Yeah.
still alive even after they lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here for
Possibly
it.
sometimes.
Sometimes,
Well, most of the times.
most of the times.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, is it like all right? So is it like good versus evil, or is
Yeah.
it just like fighting?
Yeah. Well,
Just-
yeah. I mean, it could be. So I think if I go back, it's pretty much like you go around the world and you fight like different people, but really M. Bison's the main protagonist,
okay.
antagonist of the film. So it's really like M. Bison versus pretty much most of the Street Fighters. But yeah, that's the one where it's just like life or death type thing. I mean, it has some death into it, but it's not really as much as Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is like really life or death. This
Okay.
one's just like you might fight and you might live another day.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, I'm not a big Street Fighter guy, but I'd probably be more interested in like just seeing like the fighting scenes.
Yeah.
And just kind of seeing like all that action.
Yeah, man.
happening.
My biggest thing is look, y'all don't work Mortal Kombat, bro. Like y'all done the first Mortal Kombat was cool. Like that's a like nostalgic movie. It when you look back on it, it was an okay movie, but it's so nostalgic. It was like the best video game that was ever made for a while, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that one holds a place in my heart. These other Mortal Kombat movies, Annihilation, trash. The new one, trash. I'm hoping they redeem themselves with the second reboot of this new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that the way you started off, trash. Put that in the trash can right now. What you think? Okay, well, you know what? Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I got for Street Fighter. Yeah, so I definitely I'm looking forward to it though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Street Fighter. If you ever seen like, so they made a Street Fighter anime. I forget what it's called, but that one was so hard. It used to come on the Sci-Fi Channel. That one was so hard, bro. I forget the name. I remember I had it on VHS as a kid, and then I was like, man, I want to watch these episodes, but like I never could. I don't know what it came on. I think it was dubbed. So it must have been like an Asian show that was an Asian anime show, and then the dub version came to Sci-Fi Channel like when I was like in the mid 2000s. And I remember like, dang, like I saw this. It came out late at night though. So I was like, man, I used to like stay up to watch the rest of the anime, and then I found it on YouTube one day. They took it off though, but I was able to finish, and I was like, that anime was so hard. It's Street Fighter 2. I forget what it's called. Street Fighter 2 anime. It's like 26 episodes. If you know what I'm talking about, leave that in the comment section below because I do want to watch it again. I tried to find it on Amazon, bro, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't buy it or anything. But I found out the episodes on YouTube. Somebody uploaded the dub versions. And it, bro, it's
Shout
so
out to
good,
them.
bro. It's so good. Yeah. But thank you for tuning in another episode of Black Film Talk. If you want to see more videos like this one, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell immediately. Thank you, Ken Harris, for coming on the show.
Appreciate you for having me.
Man, always welcome to come back. And remember, always stay fly, stay humble, and stay fresh. Peace. We out.